The need for a space version of hand signals. 1. Introduction. Space travel that allows ordinary people to go to space finally began in 2021. Most space travelers nowadays are mostly speakers of English, the universal language of the world. However, as space travel becomes increasingly accessible in the future, most travelers would only be able to speak their native language. Furthermore, the number of passengers per space trip is small for now. And it is not always possible to travel to space with a group of friends. Indeed, it is possible that all passengers will be meeting each other for the first time. If only a limited number of people are allowed on board a spacecraft and even one of them speaks a different language. Having at least a common language would eliminate at least one cause of worry about space travel. This study aims to introduce hand signals as a tool to reduce travel anxiety. With a view to short-duration space travel, ballistic spaceflight, that many people are likely to experience in the near future. 2.2 What is a hand signal? Hand signals are used in a variety of settings, including sign language, during sport activities like diving, in a flight, the military, and the comic strip JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. However, most hand signals differ from one profession to another and from one country to another. For example, the sign for "good morning" differs from country to country, as shown in We believe that hand signals, which clearly communicate intentions, are effective in communicating physical conditions, problems encountered, and intentions during space travel in situations where the traveler's native language is not understood. The hand signals for diving are universal. Therefore, we considered that diving hand signals might be familiar in space travel, where people from various countries travel together. Therefore, we based hand signals for space travel on diving hand signals. 3.1 Anxiety about not being able to communicate in the language. In case of space travel, passengers are not always friends, and not all of them speak the same language. This hinders communication between passengers. 3.2 Approach to the proposed space version of the hand signals. The diving hand signals will be utilized as they are, and a tentative space version hand signal proposal will be prepared and examined as to whether it can be used as a space version. Results. Proposed hand signals for space version. The results of 2 in 4.1 show that a possible language barrier is the second point of anxiety about space travel. Therefore, we propose that hand signals can be effective as a tool to reduce anxiety about space travel. We then examine whether diving hand signals, which are a universal language, can be used as one of the communication tools in space. We came up with a space version of hand signals, using diving hand signals as a reference. Hand signals for space version original proposal. In addition to creating hand signals based on diving hand signals, we devised simple hand signals with words that are unique to space and easy for everyone to remember. Since this study considers hand signals necessary for short-duration space travel, we considered these could be performed during a 5-minute stay in space. Referring to the results of 4.1, this hand signal, Fig. 6, is the process of performing spacewalking, live streaming, and looking at the Earth, the things we would like to do on a space trip for another passenger to capture in photos and video. Push, kick to move. Having something. Taking a picture. Fasten seat belts. Instead of using singular words or gestures to give instructions, hand signals can help passengers understand the instructions, fulfill their requests. We further believe that hand signals can be used more smoothly if they are brought to the attention of the passengers by clapping hands or whistling. Discussion. More than half of the respondents ranked experiencing weightlessness, live transmission, and seeing the Earth as among the top things they would like to do on a space trip. To ensure these things can be done smoothly in zero gravity, it is important to confirm what one wants to do in advance and to align the procedures and hand signals accordingly. The second most common response to things that made people anxious about space travel was the language barrier, which indicates anxiety about communication among passengers on a space travel. Furthermore, assuming that safety was guaranteed, the most common concerns about space travel were physical condition, followed by oxygen in the second place, and trouble in the fourth place. Anxiety about difficulties in dealing with emergencies alone topped the list. When a problem, such as physical condition or mechanical failure occurs, it becomes necessary to inform all passengers and the ground control of the glitch. Accordingly, signals are needed to inform passengers that an abnormality or physical condition has occurred. Additionally, deaf passengers can communicate with others using the same hand signals. However, even if passengers understand these hand signals theoretically, they may not be able to always communicate with others or may forget the hand signals during space travel because they are not accustomed to using the space version of hand signals. To prevent these problems, it is important to familiarize oneself with hand signals through training and meetings before departure. Conclusion. In today's space travel, passengers in only a few cases travel with their friends and colleagues. We believe that a common set of hand signals is a necessary tool to allow all passengers to communicate effectively with each other even if they do not speak each other's language. We devised hand signals in this study for short-duration space travel. In the future, we will devise hand signals for long-duration space travel and for use on the Moon.